So it wasn't my first, CK. But in my opinion, for somebody to CK in my character's presence, that says a lot because um, I've had people that want to, you know, plan their CK,
Yeah.
and to me, it doesn't flow as good as a spontaneous CK. Because in my opinion, in a spontaneous, you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. You don't really know what's going to happen. You don't really know what your response is going to be.
Yeah.
So yours, I think, flowed really well.
I'm not gonna lie to
It,
you, that was a little. It wasn't as planned. It was a little planned. I didn't plan it with like EMS, PD, or anything like that, but it was a little planned. It was
right.
more planned, like I said, if he joined, it was more planned with Keegan a little bit, and really only to the plan of I had another soul, hire him to kill Ace,
hmm
and that's what where that kind of plan was. I didn't know
I
anything of how Keegan was gonna do it or anything like that, how he was gonna perform it. I just kind of had initiated it with that.
I think, in my opinion, with everything that had been going on with the death of the last two the last two DAs, it flowed really well,
Mm-hmm.
just due to the simple fact that it made sense. It wasn't just something that was out of left field. So,
I will
I think
say
it.
CK got ruined a little after because the funeral got canceled because it got ruined by trolls.
Mhm.
But it didn't really ruin it in a sense to where I kept it how it was, but some new things are being rewritten and rechanged to the story right now,
Mhm.
to where I can't spoil too much, but
Yeah, yeah, of
there's
course.
something else that happened. There was a scene with Jess, and Jess knows now, but
Yeah, I think in my personal opinion, of all the CKs that I've been a part of over the years, I think yours was one of the smoothest
yeah,
because you were responsive to everything that we did. You didn't just sit there and let us take the reins. It was your show, your scene, and you responded perfectly to everything that we did.
yeah. I tried to, and like I said, I've gotten a little more experience with the hospital scenes. I've tried to give best I could with the responses. Um, but yeah. Um, so I definitely do intend on doing a little more for giving him EMS wise a little more pasta. Um,
And we love that.
yeah. And that's what I usually try. It it's hard, but I try to give EMS pasta, and that's why even when it came to, I didn't want to make it easy, but even when it came to Jericho needing therapy,
hmm
I gave the most amount of pasta I could with that. On the
Yeah,
sense
and with
of Anita having the report, which that was a police surprise. She did amazing on that. Because I didn't expect her to be the one to report to that or anything.
yeah,
But
and
her
and see
reporting,
when
yeah,
when I originally met, you know, Ace because Blade didn't really know Ace all that well.
Yeah.
Um, he knew of him, but they hadn't really, met yet.
Yeah. Ace
So I
was a
think,
smaller attorney, so
yeah, yeah. And when I found out that I had already had RP scenes with you as Jericho, I was like, okay, I know what's going on here. So it kind of helped that scene make a little bit more sense.
yeah. Yeah, like I can't spoil as much. Jericho's still my main now, and I use that CK scene to kind of just as a transition of making from Ace to making Jericho my main.
Hmm.
Um, basically, well, fuck it. Well, I'll just hit you right now, so I can say this, but Ace isn't dead.
I would be
Um,
careful with that. I would definitely be careful with that
yeah. Like I said,
because
I'm
if
trying.
there is a if there is a death certificate in
Mhm.
the EMS database, let's just say somebody else has already gotten in trouble for doing that.
Okay. Um.
So before you pull the strings on that, I would make sure because we've already had somebody try that and I don't think they're here anymore.
Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that then. Um. Good thing. Shit. Good thing I said something. And really, like I said, it was more only of the thing of how the funeral got ruined. Um.
Hmm.
And I was trying to.
Now, see that I could see, but like trying to bring him back, yeah, I would definitely
Yeah.
like. In my perspective, I would use Jericho to be like, okay, you know, check and see, okay, what's been filed? What does the court have? What does the EMS have? What does PD have? And see where you can go from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to story it as much as possible, and like I said, it kind of sucks because I already did a little something with Ace. Not just I
Hmm.
did a little something with Jess. Um, so I gotta figure something out with that.
Yeah, I'm here for the podcast and here to talk about everything on the EMS side and see
Yeah.
whatever your viewers want.
Um. Man, I kind of puts it in things, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a change on things. How does y'all's paperwork stuff work and all that?
It's all stored in our MDT and we have it in our emails for our own personal keepsake.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Jericho were to, ask about it, I think being Ace's son, I think we'd be able to get a hold of it.
Okay. Do the email ones even count, or would it be more MDT
It would
stuff
be in
that?
the MDT, yeah.
Okay, so that's good enough. So it's more. and email shit don't count.
Yeah,
I,
that's for
unlike
like our own like, personal keepsake.
unlike DOJ.
Everything that we do as far as like pasta wise,
Mhm.
um, is all through the MDT.
Shit, I got think of something else. Okay, well, how about it? Do you have like a backstory or anything behind Blade, or is it just
I
you just
do,
make an
I do.
EMS? Okay, well, what's your backstory?
Um, so originally, uh, when I got started through RP,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I didn't really know what I was doing, and then, um, so I made a street racing character. You know, that was my very, very first city. And then somebody told me, hey, you know, this is a good city where I'm at. You should come over here, try out EMS. I was like, okay, I don't really know, you know, anything about EMS. And so I made Blade, and he's more of a along the lines of he does everything by the book, pure government official, um, no nonsense type of character. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he likes to have fun, but at the same time, he knows right from wrong. He knows, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. And he's always been the type of person to want to help and save everybody to the best of his ability. When he was growing up, his dad was a medic on the board of directors, and that's kind of what pushed him to become EMS. So he followed in his father's footsteps and eventually worked his way up to board of directors himself, and uh, then things kind of didn't work out where he was, so he took a break and spent a couple years in Japan, seeing the sights, exploring, taking in the culture, and learning as much as he can. And then after that, he arrived in Smile.
I'm curious. Sorry, I'm now something about me and about my shit. Fucking, I'm ADHD as hell, so
No, you're good.
I flip flop back and forth a lot. Um, although I do like that story. At least EMS wise, I didn't know. That's why I didn't expect. I know most EMS just create EMS characters. So I know all who all has backstories and who all doesn't.
Hmm.
Um, so that's good to hear someone who does. What considering Ace has already had an interaction with the EMS worker, could there be something done with Jess, since the person that he had an interaction with, and the death certificate thing, or
Well, I can tell you that Jess is gone for a couple weeks.
yeah, I know that. I know she's on LOA. I just mean in
Yeah.
general
As far as like through Ace or through Jericho.
through Ace.
I can say if Ace pops back up and is around people that know that he's dead,
Mm-hmm.
it could cause issues because a lot of people, especially, seeing how Ashley's storyline went with the death and how Jericho's story is going.
Yeah.
Um, and seeing that, Talia and Ophi and everybody else that was there, that night,
Yeah.
if they find out that, or even, see Ace for that matter, um, that could cause governmental issues.
Yeah.
Because in their eyes, in their viewers' eyes, it wouldn't really make sense if.
And like I said, Ace technically hasn't shown up yet. Um, right now he's just a ghost.
Mhm.
Um,
Now, if
I'm
you
just
want to
trying to
do it
figure something
that
out.
way,
Because right now
if you,
I could literally pull up my shit right now and show you he's all blacked out in fucking military gear. Um,
yeah,
and
if I were you,
he's
I
contacted
would.
Ashley, but she doesn't know it's Ace. She just knows it's the ghost. Some birdie
Okay.
person on birdie as the ghost.
Um,
Um,
if I were you, I would contact government through a ticket just to cover your own butt.
yeah.
That way, that way you know that you're covered.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I think. I'll probably put a stop on the ghost for a minute until I get that figured out.
I would.
I going over my coach's backstory. Jericho doesn't have much of a backstory. His backstory is more tied into Aces. Jericho's
hmm
is who I'm working on.
hmm
And that's why I'm swapped him to my main. Um, but he's kind of like I said, even following in footsteps of his father right now. More of the
Right.
biker footsteps. Um,
Right.
Ace. When I first got into 5M, Ace was he was the character I've had for long. Even before I got into 5M, he's like I've had this character Ace, not Ace Monroe in particularly, just Ace. Ace has just always been the name for characters. Um, but 5M wise, Ace Monroe, I it started off in this one Texas based server I was in, and in there I ran a MC
Okay.
and as Ace, and like I said, from there he is when he like I said I had him in Torp for a little bit. I didn't really do much in Torp though. And then I came over to Smile, and that's where I really went into Ace, and he did mechanic shit from a whole bunch of different things till eventually getting into DOJ. And
Hell yeah.
the person who made me get into DOJ originally was Buck.
Okay.
Cause and it's weird because I didn't know about how did you get it? How did you figure out about Smile? Who was it that told you?
Um,
It was just a buddy of
I
yours. You
was
said,
I was originally I had stopped RPing for close to 2 years, and I came across Warrior.
yeah,
Warrior was the first person that I found in Smile.
Hey, how much money do you have in your card?
$5. Um, And I started watching him, and then when he mentioned Gus, I checked him out for about a week and a half, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm sold. So I came in,
Yeah.
and I originally started out as a mechanic with my Crim character, Damien Valentine. Um,
I'm pretty sure I ran into Damien Valentine at some point.
you probably
Yeah.
have. um, yeah, a lot of people know Damien.
I don't know
So
why. I think I was wanting to call you Damien when I was looking at your EMS one time. So
um, yeah, I started out as a mechanic in season two, and one of my uh, RP friends that I made uh, uh, goes by it's Rico the 99 now.
mm-hmm.
Um, and our two characters hit it off, became friends. He told me about, this club that he was a part of, and then I became part of AOD in season two. Worked my way up, and season three, I started out as one of the starting four in AOD,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, yeah, now with AOD's demise, seeing as season four, none of the old crews are back. Um, I decided to bring in Blade, and yeah, the rest is history.
So with Smile, I came in at season 3.
Hmm.
So I did a lot within season 3, but I was randomly scrolling, looking through streamers one time, and then I came across Shorty's stream. Shorty Pie.
Hmm.
Came across her stream, was super interested, and she was playing as Cora, um, and I got in. Like I said, asked her which server she played in. She said Smile. Started looking into it. I didn't even look into Gus or anything like that. I just straight looked into Smile. Ended up applying for Smile. Got declined the first time, and then I applied the second time and got accepted.
Hmm.
And ended up getting in there. And it went kind of back and forth on what I was doing. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with Ace. And like I said, it was Avery at first, but Ace. Um, that's when I was watching her stream one time, and I saw Buck through her stream. Didn't
Hmm.
know, didn't know Chuck or anything like that. Didn't know he streamed or anything. Just saw him through Shorty stream, and I saw him doing the family lawyer stuff with the Grossos.
Okay. Okay.
And that's when I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, I started getting interested in the lawyer stuff. Want to figure out how to do that. Randomly walked into the city hall stuff and did the bar exam, and then trying to figure out what to do from there. Got into DOJ emails, applied, submitted the bar exam stuff, and then became a paralegal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you watch Gus's YouTube videos or not.
I've seen his
Um,
TikToks, not YouTube, no, and I haven't seen his
if
smile.
you,
I've I didn't even think of. So sorry to cut you off again, but I've something else.
no, you're good.
I didn't even think about this before, but I didn't know DG or anything like that. Didn't know any of his Smile video streams or anything. Didn't even
Hmm.
realize he was the owner, especially because when you first joined, it says Gun Collectors Server.
Hmm.
Um, or co-owned by Gun Collector or something. So I didn't even think about it. I just saw Gun Collector. Was like, okay. Um, when I started getting into but I knew DG beforehand, knew Gus beforehand from his Gus Farrat TikTok and
Hmm.
videos he used to make with his ex,
Hmm.
the older, middle, and younger sibling
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew those videos, and then all of a sudden I found out he was the owner of Smile, and I started looking at his DG stuff, and I was like, oh shit, this dude does gaming shit too. Like, oh damn, and that's how I figured out about DG and Smile.
Yeah, if you go to Daddy Gus 99 on YouTube
Yeah.
and you look at Duke Tucker's last favor, A Desperate Prison Break, um, that was actually my day one of AOD in season 2.
Oh shoot.
And we were a part of that prison break.
Hell yeah.
I've been a part of that video and uh, Trial of a Kingpin, Duke Tucker versus the System. I was part of both of those videos.
Hell yeah. I honestly probably need to get into. I've literally just been posting clips on TikTok and playing it that way. I probably need to fucking get into editing stuff for YouTube. I just didn't think about it because I
Yeah.
think I have a last syndicate, an actual like gaming YouTube. I just haven't touched it in a hot ass minute. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
the this is the podcast goes on a completely separate one, which is the Syndicate Vault, and that's the actual podcast channel. But like I said, I haven't touched the other one. I mean, I honestly probably should get more into putting stuff on YouTube. I just didn't think about it because Kick, like after Twitch doesn't say, I can't figure out how to save them. But then Kick, besides clipping it, and then Kick saves it up until like 7 days, and then or 7 videos, and then it starts knocking videos off.
Hmm.
So
Which I wish it was,
yeah.
such a short time that it stores the videos.
Oh, yeah, which, like I said, that's honestly probably the reason I should get back into YouTube because I still have videos on my old on the that gaming YouTube
Hmm.
from like back in the day when I was only streaming on YouTube. Now I just stream on Twitch, Kick, and TikTok, and which TikToks here and there. I've just happened to do it today, but I've been kind of off with that. Twitch and
Yeah.
Kick's the main one. Um, but yeah, that's about it with there. Um, and like I said, the whole attorney thing. There is more lore behind if you want to hear it, and more lore behind Ace, like that I've written, like that goes further past the 5M shit.
Okay.
But that was the main 5M shit. That is shit that I went over of him like MC and or him being a prez of an MC and then becoming an attorney.
Yeah,
Um,
and see if you wondered how Blade knew that Jericho was wearing a MC cut the first day that he found him. Um, the cut you were wearing was actually the cut that my MC wore before they disbanded.
oh shit! What cut was I wearing? Was it the? Oh shit! I was wearing the purple one.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, No, yeah, I did have to open a ticket about that. Yeah. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, that was the cut that we wore.
So you were part of Lando's crew?
I was the VP.
Oh shit! Hell yeah. Um, yeah. First, I've met Lando beforehand as Ace, but first time meeting Lando as Jericho, was literally the day before y'all got disbanded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and
The cursed spade will ride again.
season 4 was the first time that I've actually started bringing people in to, or allowing people to be a part of the Monroe storyline.
Hmm.
And that was, like I said, Ashley. And so it started with Ashley because I usually ran my shit solo and didn't really ever think to have any other family or anything in the server.
Hmm.
It started with Ashley when she was Ivy
Hmm.
Blocky. Um, she
Sad.
she came up with the idea of Ace adopting Ivy.
Are you gonna put her up or
'Cause-
not? When? I'll get it.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, because Ivy was looking for a new dad, or blah blah, and then she, like I said, she brought it up OOC, and then we did it in City of like, oh yeah, Ace would totally do that and adopted Ivy. Then all the stuff happened with fucking Ivy, her killing off Ivy and all that, and because
Being found as a rat and all that. Yeah.
the whole Buck Mercy mess and all that.
Hmm.
Um, I brought the idea brought up to her, like I said, if you want to still be a part of the family and do stuff as Aces do more father daughter RP, we could say that she's, when she comes back, she could say that she's Ace's blood daughter, and that's how Ashley
Yeah.
came in.
Okay.
Um, and then of course I had Jericho and all that stuff. Jericho's the only other family person I had in there. And if things go right with Ace after this fucking, whenever I open a ticket, I'll have shit with be doing private investigator stuff with him.
Okay.
That's really the only OP I want to be doing with him is private investigator OP. Uh, but there was Ashley, and then Ace was still an attorney at the time. While he was an attorney, Ray came in the picture, and that was Ray working with Ace and all that stuff. When he left DOJ, I think after Ace got fired, I came up with the idea. I mentioned him to him in DMs. I was like, if you want to be a part of the family, you can say you're Ace's little brother or something, because Ace technically has a little brother. I just didn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
And that's how Ray, aka Henry, came in. And then now, just recently, Trent came a part of it because he just straight up said John was I told him because he was trying to figure out, he was like, I think John's their Jericho and Ashley's godfather or something like that. He straight up said that, quoted. And I was like, if you want, you could just say John's Ace's older brother and just say you're the uncle. And he's like, oh yeah, we can do that. And he ended up, when he ran into Jericho, he ended up saying that to Jericho.
Okay.
But almost all the family stuff I've offered it to people, I just give them the, yeah, you can be a part of it, and then and then I want to just let them handle it how they want to say it on their own accords.
Nice.
Because mainly, even like I said, I created Alejandro character, which he was never CK'd, but he's technically someone who came back from the dead.
Uh-huh.
He was never a character in Smile at all, so he's good on that front. But he's literally only exists because I want to see the kind of RP that Ray creates himself or Trent creates now that he's a part of the family.
Hell yeah.
But I want them, like I said, I've literally only made Alejandro a villain for them to create their own RP without me really doing much, influencing much.
Yeah.
But Alejandro is Ace, John, and Ray's father. He's Colombian. Back in his day, he did a bunch of shit with the cartel, Colombian cartel. Fucking soul weapons, shit like that. He fucking until he got to a point where after he had his kids and all that, he did a whole shit ton of cocaine, got paranoid, drove his kids away, and ended up getting quote unquote ocean dumped by the cartel.
Damn.
But his thing was he's just one huge fucking float. And he's misogynistic. He doesn't respect women at all. That's why I feel bad for any woman any girl and server that I'm going to RP with in as Alejandro.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm nothing like him. But that's just how like I said, that's just how I make Alejandro.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also something else you got to know how to separate the character from the person behind the character.
Exactly.
Because most you can hate, and Dro said it himself, and I think Dro even said it to Gus. But you can hate the shit out of someone's character, but love them out of city.
Exactly.
Like I said, Alejandro is literally probably end up going to be hated so much, especially by the women.
He's probably.
Because he's going to float with all of them, but he's not really going to give them time of day. He's mainly there, like I said, to create positive for the other ones. I might try to get into guns or something with him, get a job at an ammunition shop or something. Because that's where he was from. With John, it goes to the point of with John, Alejandro's first time in America, he met some girl in Texas, got her pregnant, and that was John's mom. That's how I played it off for John, because John had a bunch of backstory behind, or Trayton had a bunch of backstory behind John. So I just played it as he got this girl pregnant in Texas, left, and went back to Colombia. And then he came back probably a few other times, and he had a bunch of other things with other women. Then he met another lady in Texas, Ace's twin sister, which doesn't exist in Smile. And Ray. All of them, their mom, he met their mom, and that's how they came into existence. And then she was the last woman he dated until, well, she probably still knowing him, he probably still flirted with other women while they were married. But she was the last person really technically that he had kids with until he drove them away and got hooked on cocaine. Then it goes on to the kids, Ace, who was military, special forces, gone biker, gone attorney.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ace and Jericho are the most like me. Ace is the most loyal person you can talk to, especially to the fact of he to the day he died. Well, died, maybe died. We'll see. Only time will tell. But he till the day that happened, he was only loyal to one person, and that was Ashley and Jericho's mother. His whole life, he dated people probably before them, but his whole life he was only loyal to that one woman, even after he lost her. Now, I was just saying, if someone ever came in as their mom, then I wouldn't have object to them being Jericho and her mom, Ashley's mom. But I'm not. I don't do anything with her. But I use her as the excuse for why Ace doesn't. I don't get into date or pee with Ace
Yeah.
because Ace is loyal to that one and only woman. She was the one and only person for him. He doesn't go. He doesn't try to date. He'll flirt a little bit, but he doesn't try to date outside of his one true love. Um, and that's me on a sense of if I ever get into with one girl, I'm loyal to that girl no matter what.
It's understandable.
Even to the point where I fucked up the last girl I liked because she friend zoned me, but I was still in love with her and fucking loyal to her. And I still technically never had a girlfriend, so that tells you something on my downfall. Then it goes Jericho, who believes love is a weakness, or loving someone is a weakness, and he doesn't want to have that person be used against him if someone's trying to get his attention or whatever. And so he refuses to love anyone. Like I said, he'll be respectful, be nice, whatever, but he refuses to have a relationship with anyone due to the fact of he believes, like I said, if he falls in love, he's gonna have a weakness. And that's how I kind of stay out of date OP with Jericho. Now, the only limitation I have with Jericho, if I end up running into someone who's not too fucking weird with it and too cringy with it, I might end up changing the stuff. Jericho could slowly maybe come out of that shell. It just all depends.
You gotta have the right person, man.
But it like I said, it's for until then. That's how Jericho is.
Yeah.
And really, it's like I
All
said,
right.
I wouldn't mind getting in date OP. It's just a lot of people fun get weird with the shit, and that's why I try to stay out of it.
Oh, 100%.
But anywho, thank you. I guess you have to head out.
Yeah. I gotta
Thank
go
you
get some
for
food.
stopping in, and hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too, buddy. Have a good
And
one.
have a good one. Let me real quick chat and see if Keegan want to talk. If not, we're gonna go and end it here. Fuck me, man. TikTok. Bitch. Alright, TikTok, we're gonna want to end it off there. You guys have a good one and peace out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this off. So, champ, I love y'all. I have a good rest of y'all's night. And we are going to see you guys in the next episode, next podcast episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night in the stream. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.